In this video, we're going to be talking about a statistical concept called Latin square design. And the basic concept of Latin square design can kind of be shown in a Sudoku grid, which is a certain type of Latin square. So you can see here that in a Sudoku grid, you have to place numbers 1 through 9 in these smaller 3 by 3 squares. And the catch is you cannot repeat the numbers horizontally or vertically. So the 5 cannot be placed anywhere in this top row or this column right over here. And that applies to every single one of the numbers. So if you look at the completed grid over here, if you just choose a number at random, let's say this 6, you can see that it did follow the rule that it's, the entire square followed the rule that it had the numbers 1 through 9. But then you can see the 6 is not repeated at all throughout the entire row or the entire column. Now, a Latin square design is basically a table of n rows and n columns. And the rows represent a measured variable, and the columns are different variables, and these can be called nuisance variables or nuisance factors. Now, the treatments or measurements are going to be placed or appear exactly once in each row or once in each column, and this is where the Sudoku concept can come in. The reason this is this design is used so you can simultaneously control or eliminate the two sources of nuisance variability. And you have to assume, well, the assumption is that the three factors, the two nuisance variables, and the treatments do not interact. Because if they do, then you won't produce valid results. So in engineering, here's an example. You have a Latin square design for a rocket propellant, and you have the batches of raw materials, which is our horizontal or our rows, and that's one of our nuisance variabilities. And then our other nuisance variability is operators. And you can see here the treatments are A, B, C, D, and E, and they are not repeated at all throughout the entire row, nor are they repeated throughout the entire column. Now, the experiment or the Latin square design is basically used such that every treatment level is tested once at each combination of nuisance factors. And this is also similar to the random complete block designs that are used in agriculture.